Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys some plant spots for Killjoy on Ascent for B. Alarm bot here.
Alarm bot.
A little thing there, and a little thing here. And your turret back here.
Turret out.
So with this setup here, when they come in to B, the alarm bot will go off. This both will go here, and they're kind of committed here. So they'll get hit with everything pretty much. And you can kind of spray them down with this turret slowing them down. I always like to kind of play hard angle like this, or an angle like this, because they'll get hit by that. You can shoot one of them probably, and if there's multiple guys coming in, you can drop, hit both of these, they'll go off, and they'll either be forced to commit or back off. You'll have a teammate in mid here that will spray them down too, so that's a good spot. Another spot I would say is, you know, changing up the sides of the swarm. They'll cover both sides. You can have that there. You can have one here in this corner here. It's hard for them to kill, right?
Calling my bot.
Your bot, you can have it up here. That shoots that angle.
Recalling my bot.
You can have it up here.
Turret out.
That shoots that angle.
Bot coming back.
And if you have to play mid / cover here, just put this here.
Placing sentry.
Have that alarm bot there. Have one here.
Placing swarm grenade.
And then for you, you'll be mainly peeking middle, right? So you can have one up here.
Placing swarm grenade.
And you can, if you hear them come up, you can
Swarm
do
grenade
that.
out.
Spray them. Another good thing is
Bot
take
coming
this back here, because you have an alarm bot here. It'll trigger when it comes off. Have it like right here.
Turret out.
It'll peek the guys that are kind of looking down mid. It'll peek any guys that are trying to come up here, so you can have one there.
Swarm grenade.
So now you'll just play behind the walls pretty much. Wait until one of these trigger. If this triggers here,
Swarm
you
grenade.
do that.
Out.
Peek, kill them. If this shoots, most likely it's gonna be back here. So don't peek. This will get killed, and then once that's done, you kind of shimmy, peek, watch this,
Swarm
trigger
grenade
that.
out.
So that's a good spot there.
Bot coming back.
And if you're playing A, you can play Heaven. Put the turret here.
Turret out.
I'll peek and shoot any of those guys down there. Best alarm bot spot is here,
Alarm bot
along with
out.
this.
Placing swarm grenade.
This goes off.
Swarm grenade.
This gets
out.
trigger. They'll still hit them in this corner here. You can have it on this side too here.
Placing swarm grenade.
So when they swing, that
Swarm
triggers.
grenade out.
They'll get hit. They're forced to hug this. They'll get hit with this. The bot will shoot them. They'll try to run to the doors to close here.
Recalling my bot.
Another good bot spot is here. Put it back here.
Placing sentry.
So when they're swinging this, they won't see it until they kind of fully commit a little bit here. So that's a good spot. Another
Bot
good
coming
spot
back.
is like having it like this corner here.
Placing sentry.
So they literally have to fully swing or commit to get. They have to be like right here. So by the time they're kind of in here, they're getting shot. And this goes off. This goes off.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Right. This goes off. They kind of have to back off. That kind of scares them back. Spots. Another spot I like to
Calling
do
my
is this here.
Turret out. Placing swarm
Up
grenade.
there.
Placing swarm grenade.
Now what this does is this covers this bot here, covers here, and also covers anybody coming like here, right? Swinging in here. But by that time they come in here,
Swarm grenade out.
you can trigger that, and that force half of them or whoever's here to kind of come up here, commit to killing this because they're getting shot at. The other teams will be back here, kind of like, you know, back here because the swarm is, you know, being triggered. I always like to play here, right, to shoot this, and if they're coming up here already, they're shooting that, you can kind of swing them. But you gotta be careful because normally there's a guy here watching this, so either wait here and when they come in spray them down, or just sit here and we'll just wait for them to all come up and you can shoot them.
Bot coming back.
And if they're kind of committing middle a lot, you can kind of do this.
Turret out.
Have it further out there. So if you look, that angle of pre-fire is now like right here. So if they come out like right here, they'll start getting shot at instead of like way back out here. So it gives you further warning, I guess, a little bit more warning. Another good spot is up here.
Recalling my bot.
If they're doing middle a lot, obviously.
Placing sentry.
I'll shoot that angle a little bit more. But the thing is, they will see this here already, and they'll get shot here. But you can't trigger these things here, so just have to. That's kind of a you kind of sacrifice that there. I would like to play it back here. That's a good spot.
Sentry. Bot coming back.
And then if they're not rushing A, you can put your swarm bot here. Or, I'm sorry, your alarm bot here. Swarm here.
Swarm grenade.
And then you have this to trigger this. So if this starts pre-firing down here, you can trigger
Swarm
that.
grenade out.
This will sound the alarm, and you can trigger
Swarm
that.
grenade out.
And I'll cover that. And play this spot here. This is probably the best spot. And you can swing this. And if there's too many committing, you can kind of back up there to heaven. Or run up here. Play this. I'll play back here for retake. So if you're on attack here on A, good spot to initiate is right here.
Initiated. My ultimate is ready.
You're kind of behind cover here. They normally smoke this out, and so you'll need somebody to smoke up here to cover heaven. And then most of the time when this goes off, a lot of people start backing off. So maybe give it like 1 or 2 seconds.
Initiated. My ultimate is
Let it start a little bit. Let them start running, and then move in. When you're moving in, cover this. Close this real quick. Turn up here. Kind of watch up here, and you can plant behind here, here, somewhere here to kind of watch cover. You can kind of watch that side too. So that's a good spot for initiating an attack for A. And if you're on defense for A, the best spot I would say is this spot over here.
initiated.
That covers a lot of A, especially if they're already committed in. Most of the time they'll cover this door here. And when this door is closed, they'll have to either open it to kill it or back off. And most of the time they'll plant and they'll run back, and they'll run all the way back into the wine cellar in the back, or all the way back here on the halls. Sometimes you'll have people try to shoot this, and when you hear them shoot that, just hide behind here, and then they'll kind of like get nervous and try to like turn around and try to kill that right away, and you can just shoot them down here and they come in. Alright, if you're on B attack, you go to here. I always like to drop this.
Target out.
Peek the corner for me, then you peek, and then this will watch the corner for you, and then you can drop your ult along this side here. You drop it to here, it's gonna be kind of too far to the left. I kind of want to do this so that it covers more of the back there, and also it covers in the corner there. So you hit this,
My ultimate is
you
ready.
can always grab this orb again, run in, call the bot back.
Back.
And by the time you plant that, grab this, call the bot back, you can plant your bot here. They'll watch across from you. Most of the time your team should smoke this and this here. You can run in, plant. And once you're planted, you can always check the spot here. Sometimes they like to try to hug that, even though it's going to get them anyways. So yeah, well, just watch that. And that's how you initiate. And then if you're on defense, on B, and if they come in already, the best spot I would say is either here. It kind of covers back there, but they'll be in the back. Here is okay too, especially if you kind of hear them coming in. You'll force them to kind of go inside there. But if you're playing already on B site, and you're kind of watching like this area here and kind of that area, you can kind of drop it either in this corner here or here, and this will cover all the B site pretty much. And what you can do is you can kind of drop it here. And if they're running in, they'll be kind of forced to go over here and start shooting this. So what you can do is either come up here and start spraying these guys down, and pop them back here, or you can place it here. And you'll force them to come around here to kill it, or like swing it really hard from that corner there, and then again you can swing it this way and kill them. If you want to be a little bit more safe, you can plant it back here, and this will cover basically all of B here. You can kind of plant it here. It's behind the boxes, and if you look here, it can get sprayed down here, but from this angle, it's kind of hard to get sprayed. So that's on-site plant.
Initiated. My ultimate is ready.
You can do it up there too. Again, and get sprayed through there. Most of the time when they hear that, they normally back off, find a hiding spot. Or there's some teams that like to commit, and when they're committing, get ready to spray them down. And then if another spot is if you're coming from middle, kind of throw it in here. This will force them all the way in the back, back there. So these guys here will kind of back off to this corner over here. So what you can do is you can throw this here to watch that. You can kind of run up here, bait this. This will peek that corner for you. And when this goes off, you can quickly shoot it, or you can kind of swing it. But yeah, no, most likely it'll be way back here if it goes off. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, make sure you guys are subscribed. And like always, till next time guys, peace.